With the elections coming up, we face an important decision, choosing leaders who will shape our future. Leadership isn't just about promises. It requires action, vision, and true commitment. But how can we genuinely get to know the people who seek to lead us? Buenas, Zamboanga. I'm May Maraviles, and this is the Local Candidates Interview, your front row seat to knowing the leaders who aim to shape our city's future. This special series is brought to you by Ateneo de Zamboanga University in partnership with the Commission on Elections and the United Front for Honest, Orderly, and Peaceful Elections. We're here to keep you informed so you can make the best choice this coming election. Joining us today is John Dalipe, who is running for Congressman of Zamboanga City's 2nd District. Mayor John.
Yes, Ma'am May.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me here.
And welcome home. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
All right. So, Mayor, let us set aside first the Dalipe name and legacy. How would you define yourself? Who is John Dalipe?
John Dalipe is a leader that truly serves the people by the heart, and I really dedicate myself to public service, and I am really sincere in helping the city of Zamboanga.
All right. How do you define leadership, Mayor?
Yes, leadership is you have integrity, empathy, and resilient.
All right. What do you believe should be the most important role of a congressman?
The most important role of the congressman is to be the link. You will be the bridge. You will be the voice of the people. So you will represent the people in the national government in Congress.
And in your first 100 days in office, what programs or actions would you prioritize and why?
Yes, in my first 100 days, I will prioritize the what we started, the transferring of the airport in Mercedes, because this is the biggest project I can say in the past 100 years. It is the biggest project of Zamboanga, and with the transferring of the airport, it will really help the economy, the tourism, the employment of Zamboanga. And Mercedes will be a new growth area, and the old airport, our dream there is that we will make it a IT park or the next BGC of Zamboanga.
All right. If you become congressman, how do you envision Zamboanga's 2nd District in the next 3 years?
Yes, it will be more progressive. It will be more developed. So our main priority is to transfer the airport because it will be a game changer of Zamboanga City.
Now let's get into the heart of this discussion, your plans and solutions for some of the biggest challenges facing Zamboanga City today. The topics we're covering aren't random. They come from insights gathered during a multi-sectoral, multi-stakeholder focus group discussion led by Ateneo in partnership with various community sectors. These issues reflect the real concerns of Zamboangueños. So we're looking forward to hearing concrete and actionable solutions from you. To keep things fair and interactive, we've got a fishbowl here. You will pick an issue. We actually have 10 issues, 10 key issues. You'll draw a topic, and for each, we'd love to hear your plans and strategies. You'll have a total of 20 minutes to go through all the 10 issues. So that's practically 2 minutes per issue. It's up to you how you manage your 20 minutes as long as each topic gets covered. So please pick an issue, Mayor. All right. So the first issue is education. The Philippines ranked 77th out of 132 countries in the 2022 Global National Index, scoring only 44.1 out of 100, which is below the world average. This score indicates moderate performance in education, innovation, and research and development. If you win, What specific initiatives will you legislate to strengthen and support both the formal education and vocational training programs in the city? And how will you leverage your position to secure funding, resources, and partnerships to achieve these goals?
Yes. So, as congressman, I will legislate laws that will create national high schools. For example, the Giwan National High School, the Tugbungan National High School, Lunsuran National High School, and the Putik National High School. So, legislating these schools we will have more national high schools, and it will give us more teacher allocation. So, it will really help in the education.
All right. Thank you. Your next issue, Mayor. The next issue is on ayuda and social welfare services. Many eligible families, especially indigenous peoples or IPs, are excluded from the 4Ps program despite profiling. Similarly, numerous senior citizens are denied government assistance due to limited slots, leaving many vulnerable beneficiaries in Zamboanga City without financial support. If you win as district representative, how would you ensure the equitable distribution of these programs to all eligible beneficiaries? And what specific measures within your capacity would you implement to prevent the misuse or misappropriation of these resources?
Yes, first, we should have a data-driven policy, and we should really make a honest assessment on whom we will give the ayuda especially to the poorest of the poor. And also my plan is to create a bill that will institutionalize the AIX or the ayuda, the assistance in crisis situation. So my plan is to make a bill that will institutionalize the ayuda program of the government.
All right. Your next issue, Mayor? The next issue is on teenage pregnancy and child abuse. Zamboanga City faces a severe problem of sexual violence against minors, with nearly 100 cases reported in just 8 months last year, 85% of which were incestuous. According to the Zamboanga City Police Office, this coincides with rising adolescent pregnancies, often linked to abuse and limited access to education and healthcare, as noted by the CPD Region 9. What immediate steps, Mayor, should we take to put a stop to this long-standing problem affecting the lives and futures of our young women?
Yes, for me, is we should have the family-oriented approach, because I believe the family is the smallest unit of government.
Yes.
So the role of the parents is very crucial, is very important. So the government should conduct more seminars and symposium on how to deal with, on how to talk to their children on this problem. So family-oriented approach is my best solution to this.
What family-oriented bill would you pass if you could pass a family-oriented bill in Congress?
That bill that will ensure that the LGUs will conduct more symposium seminars on parents on how to handle with these situations.
All right, Mayor. Please pick another issue. The next issue is on floodings. Zamboanga City has repeatedly endured severe weather over the past 5 years, resulting in floods, landslides, deaths, and hundreds of millions in damages, affecting nearly 70,000 people and displacing thousands. Many say that the city's flood control and disaster preparedness remain insufficient. If you are to be elected as the next district representative of Zamboanga 2nd District, how will you use your position to improve disaster preparedness and ensure a more effective response to these recurring calamities?
Yes, first, as mayor, we established the 911 hotline. So it's very helpful in responding to emergencies and calamities. And as mayor, I reach my target of planting more than 1 million trees. This is one of the nature-based solution on flooding, aside from the construction of mega flood control projects. So we have to approach the nature-based solution in planting more trees, and the on infrastructure, we are already constructing the mega flood control.
All right.
And also, we also equip our people, the volunteers, on how to respond to calamities.
All right. Thank you. Please pick another issue. The issue is on solid waste management. Very timely. The Philippines faces unsustainable plastic use and poor waste management, generating millions of tons of plastic waste annually, with 20% ending up in the ocean and contributing significantly to global marine pollution. By 2025, Zamboanga City alone is estimated to generate close to 280,000 tons of solid waste. If you will win as our next congressman, what specific legislative strategies will you do in as far as improving solid waste management for our city?
Yes, one of the legislative plan of mine is to make a bill that we will zero plastic use on our community, on our city. And also, we should also have a new dumping area, because now we only have one in Salaan. So we also need to have in District 1.
All right. Please pick the next question. So we're halfway through. The next issue is traffic. A 2023 study revealed worsening traffic in Zamboanga City, with commuters experiencing 30-minute delays per trip and losing 2 hours daily. I'm one of the victims. The study also highlighted widespread dissatisfaction with the city's limited, unreliable, and uncomfortable transport system. What would be the best way to address our traffic problem in the city, and what would be your strategy for addressing this?
Yes, we're already addressing it. As mayor, I approved the construction of the flyover. And as mayor, I am very proud to say that we are already opening 10 new roads and 5 bridges. So never in the history, no other mayors did it, no? In one term. I'm just 2 years and 8 months in my position as mayor, but I'm proud to say that we have already 10 new road openings and 5 bridges.
Have they been opened already? Have all 10 roads
Some
been
are
opened
on construction, and some are on the phase of lot acquisition. And also to address the traffic is the transferring of airport, because we are already very congested in the city, and we really need to move out the airport, and as well as the city hall. We already have a plan to move the airport and city hall out of the central business
All right.
district.
And where is the city hall going to be located?
Maybe in District 2.
All right, somewhere in the East Coast,
East Coast.
then. All right. Thank you. Next issue, Mayor. We're down to our last 4 issues. And the issue is corruption. The Philippines ranked 114th out of 180 countries in Transparency International's 2024 Corruption Perception Index, reflecting perceived public sector corruption like bribery and nepotism. The CPI also considers the effectiveness of anti-corruption mechanisms, including enforcement, prosecution, and whistleblower protection. If you win as district representative, what specific strategies and measures will you implement or legislate to combat corruption and promote transparency and accountability within the city government?
Yes, first as mayor, my first executive order is the signing of the Freedom of Information Bill, and also the making live stream in social media, the bidding process on Facebook and other social media. And I'm proud to say that as as mayor, I don't have any cases of graft and corruption and plunder. So as in Congress, my plan is to make a bill that requiring all local government units to make their bidding process live online. So it will give more transparency to our people.
All right. So you think that that will help curb corruption?
Yes. So yes, if your bidding is live on social media, it will really help address the corruption in government.
All right. Let's get to our next issue. Our next issue is power or electricity. Crown Investment Holdings assumed Samselco's management in 2019, yet system losses, inefficiency, and outages continue, reportedly causing debt to balloon to 4 billion pesos. This raises concerns about who will ultimately bear the burden of this massive debt. If you are to be elected as the next district representative of District 2, how will you use your position to address the issue of electricity in the city?
Yes, we already made our position that we are against on the current company that has the IMC, the investment management contract, because it failed. It failed, no? Until now, the systems loss is about 20 to 22%, which in the contract it should be less than 12%. So until now they did not meet the agreement, and until now we all of us can still experience blackout.
Exactly.
So for me, we should change the company, and we should give it to the more experienced company, maybe like Meralco or Arboitis, because this one Crown Desco has no track record in managing electric cooperative.
All right. Thank you, Mayor. Let's have our second to the last issue. Food security. A 2024 World Food Program report identifies 7 major livelihood zones in the Zamboanga Peninsula, including aquaculture, rice farming, and crop production. Climate change-driven temperatures increases threaten these sectors and future food yields. What measures should be taken and prioritized in Zamboanga City to mitigate the impacts of climate change to the city's food security?
Yes, first, as mayor, I am really very supportive to our agri industry. We donated a lot of modern farm equipments and machineries and fertilizers. And what measures should the Zamboanga City prioritize?
Yes.
Maybe we should also invest on solar water irrigation. That will be a very big help to our farmers.
What is that? What is solar?
Water irrigation.
Yes, water irrigation.
Yes, so it uses renewable energy, the solar, for the water, no, so that the farmers will have water even in the dry season. So it is through solar.
All right. Okay. So we're down to our last issue. The last issue is peace and order, specifically the shooting incidents of our city. A series of shootings in Zamboanga City has led you, Mayor, to deploy the AFP to support the police in maintaining order and addressing rising crime. This comes at the time when the election gun ban is in full force but is violated. What do you think is the solution to this problem, and how do we ensure a stronger peace and order for the city of Zamboanga?
Yes. First, Zamboanga City is the unique city in the Philippines because we are the only city having Basilan, Sulu, and Tawi-Tawi. So the Zamboanga City is very challenging on peace and order. And one of the best solution to this problem is that we will increase our police personnel. That's why we ask the help of the AFP to help in the patrolling and visibility. And as as mayor, we now adopted the new technology. We installed the 120 CCTV cameras that has facial recognition, plate recognition, and speed recognition. So we are using the technology to help address the peace and order problem of our city. And the city government is really supportive of the PNP.
All right. How long has it been since you deployed the AFP to help the police?
I think this month of March, they started helping and to augment the number of police in our city. And also we requested the Philippine National Police to add more police to Zamboanga City, and
so far, has that reduced the number of shooting incidents
yes.
in the city?
And actually, if you see the data, the number of shooting incidents in my term is lower compared to the other previous administration. It is only that we are in time of campaign, so some groups sensationalize the shooting incidents. But if you compare the data, you can see in the Zamboanga City Police Office, in my administration, the shooting incident is lower than the previous.
All right. So we're now at the final part of our conversation. This is your chance to speak directly to the people of Zamboanga. So Mayor John, why should you be the next representative of Zamboanga City 2nd District?
Yes, Congressman Jan Dalipe should be the next district representative of Zamboanga City, specifically in the District 2, because Congressman Jan Dalipe will continue the projects and programs of our majority leader, Manix Dalipe. And with Congressman Jan Dalipe there, sigurao el diatun progreso y desarrollo. And with Congressman Jan Dalipe, our new Zamboanga International Airport will be realized. And with Congressman Jan Dalipe, more hospitals, more highways, more schools will be constructed. So with Congressman Jan Dalipe, sigurao el progreso y desarrollo del diatun ciudad de Zamboanga.
Thank you, Mayor, for sharing your plans with us. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
And God bless you too.
Thank you.
All right. To our viewers, this conversation is part of our commitment to keeping you informed before you cast your vote on May 12. You have the power to shape the future of our city, so choose wisely and vote responsibly. This has been the Ateneo de Zamboanga University Local Candidates Interview Series. Muchas gracias a todos. Stay informed, stay engaged, and we'll see you at the polls on May 12.